Let's talk about some guys. The Yankees have 3 guys in their infield that will all be looking for big bounce-back seasons. You look at some of the numbers, they are very disappointing. LeMahieu hasn't been healthy. Torres has been, look, let's call it what it is, a bust. And Donaldson was flat-out awful, and I'm being kind with that one. Harp, 3 guys, 2 spots. If LeMahieu is healthy, do you think he has to play every day?
I think he does, Sal. I still think he's a key to this team. He's, that 2-strike hitter, the on-base guy that you need, the high-average guy that this team needs. But it's going to be tricky because Torres needs to play. I think Donaldson can end up being the odd man out because, you're going to need to see. He's got to have a better year, you would think, than last year. But to me, LeMahieu is more important in them than he is. So I would think you got to find spots for him. He's not going to play any first base now with Rizzo, so it's got to be second or third.
Plus, it's also about the other guys that he's going to be competing with. Sweeny, Gleyber Torres, for the last couple of years, I'm thinking this is going to be the year where he breaks out. This is going to be the and he hasn't done it.
Yeah.
He's been terribly disappointing. What would your role be for Gleyber Torres going into the 2023
It's been the consistency more than anything else. I think bust is a little strong.
Yeah, he had flashes last year.
Yeah, and, I think you still look at a player who has the potential to be that, perennial all-star in him. Just waiting. Now, this is the time to show it because he's got 2 years left before free agency. This is the time where he makes his move in arbitration and shows he's worth the contract he's going to want to seek. He's kind of in the position that Gary Sanchez is in, and we know where he's ended up in that roll of the dice, right? So Gleyber Torres is the Yankees' starting second baseman right now. And I know a lot is dependent, like Harp said, on DJ LeMahieu's health, but Torres has to play, and the only place he's playing is second base, and I think you're banking on him saying to himself, this is the time for me to step up. This is the time for me to be great. This is the time to show everybody that I'm worth the contract I'm going to want in 2 years.
Yeah, I think you see Torres at second, LeMahieu at third, and I think, like you were saying, Harp, that you're going to limit right now. You're going to give the least at-bats, in my opinion, to Donaldson, because right now he just hasn't shown that he can put it, together at the plate. He has it in him, you know that. He can be the MVP, the all-star that we know he can be. But right now, the contact isn't there, the strikeouts are, and the power isn't there. And so until he can really work on that, and I looked, he hasn't hit above 250 since 2019. And so that's not exactly going in the right direction. So I think until he's kind of in prove himself mode, right? Until he can prove that he deserves to be in that lineup every day. And he can give you options. So, say with Rizzo, if he wants an off day, well, then you can put LeMahieu over at first, Torres at second, and then put Donaldson at third. So you still have almost like a depth piece with him. It's not most ideal.
And he can also he can DH when Stanton gets hurt because that's
right. That's inevitable. That's going to happen. Look, LeMahieu, to me, he's got to get the at bats of that trio, and Donaldson would be the odd man out.